Everyone, I'm Ravindra. Today I'm going to present on Paleolithic archaeology of Indian desert and application of satellite images into the interpreting the archaeological sites. Okay, so the area which I'm going to talk about is the northwestern India, and the theme is Paleolithic sites, human dispersal routes, drainage basins, water divide, and water directions. Why we are discussing these things? Because there are few sites in the desert. We have to explain the landscape and human adaptation in that area. Therefore, we are using satellite image, topo sheets, ground survey, archaeological exploration, and so on. Okay, in a broader context, we have to understand the importance of the Thar Desert from the perspective of Paleolithic archaeology. Here on the screen, you can see part of Africa, Arabia, India, and Southeast Asia. So these arrows are indicating out of Africa human dispersal during the modern humans came out of Africa. This was also true for the earlier dispersals, but here in this context, one of the GIS model proposed along the Indian Ocean coastline, which suggests that there were two major barriers close to the India, which is Indus Delta and Thar Desert, and in the northeast. So here we are going to focus on the Thar Desert. Okay, so this is the closer view of the same picture. In the Thar Desert, there are multiple sites which are there in the eastern margin, and there are many here in the Indus also. So, but the interior of the Thar Desert is almost like very rarely sites are there in the interior part of the desert. So here our focus is this red square. Okay, so this is one of the study about the paleochannels of the Thar Desert, which suggests that there were many paleochannels. The active rivers were there in the past, and they were mostly flowing in the same direction as the Indus flows from the northeast to southwest and crossing the entire arid area of the desert and joining the Gulf of Kutch and Run of Kutch and this uh, Arabian Sea. Okay, so here we have this area of study, and I would like to highlight a different situation in this area, and this is part of the same area which we have discussed in the previous slides. Let's see. So here you can see when we generated a map drainage delineation from SRTM data, we found that many or a major basin is flowing, the streams are flowing towards the northwest direction, this direction. And you can see here the different orders of streams are there. This is the basin map. Again, the major streams are selected and their direction is towards the northwest. And we will try to understand what is the importance of these satellite image interpretation for the Paleolithic archaeology of the desert. Here you can see the elevation map tin, which shows that the it is higher in the south, and when you go from maroon to mustard, then green and lighter green, you are going down and down. So this is the overall topography of this region. And when someone suggests that the river flow can be like this or like this or like this, in the current scenario, it seems unlikely. Okay, so we just selected a very small segment of the same area and try to understand what is the current situation in the field based on the satellite image. So again, here it is showing that the the stream is flowing from southeast to the northwest. You can see here this one. Okay, so yes, yeah. So in the topographic map, when we look the historical topographic map, we also found that the streams were active in the northwest direction, although there are few which are away from this area which we discussed. There are a few which is also in the southeast or south direction. So this was the part of this bigger topo sheet of 1930s, uh, where you can see the two different streams. Okay, so in another view where we have multiple sites in the desert, the Paleolithic archaeological sites. Now, our questions start with this major sites of the desert, which we recently recognized here, Neran. So, interestingly, this site is located in the interior of desert, and it is first of its kind of site in the desert, and almost away from all major known sites, and also away from the major water sources. It means like there was no major river and no guarantee of water throughout a year in this desert. So this was the point where we started analyzing how the hominins got there and on which water sources they were surviving. So here I would just mention about the Luni water basin and its a water divide boundary here. So when we talk about the northwestern flow direction, this is the water flow which occur here, and the rest of them it join the Luni system. Okay, the close view of the same site with the multiple analytical aspects, we can see to the contour maps and different visualization methods. This site is located somewhere here, and uh, this is a kind of a tabletop area. And later on, we found one more sites here, B. So I'll also discuss about this site, how we find this site. Okay. So first, after years of long surveys, multiple times visit in the field, in sometime in the 2018, we were able to identify these sites, Neran, at the location A. And the question was how the site is there in the isolation. Then we start thinking that in association with the drainage map, there are possibility that this drainage is going in the west, and there are chances that it was joining to the Indus maybe, or it was going parallel to the Indus. We don't know. So, and the second possibility was it was joining the Luni system. So then we focused on this aspect. We found that historically it has been recorded that the area was drained by a channels which used to join Looney system during the flood events in 1970s and also in 2004. But in 2004, waterlogged happened here only, and it did not join the Looney directly because of the massive dugs of the industrial mining. So therefore, the waterlogging had happened here. But this is the major water divide which separate the flow in this direction and that direction. So if humans were got here at the A and later on we or identified the site B because of uh, this strategy or a guess. So if humans got here to this way, this is one of the possibility. Another possibility is they might came from this Indus to here. And so, yeah, so these are the artifacts which we found from the site A and including smaller microlithic size artifact, middle Paleolithic prepared core, small bifaces and medium sized core, and all Acheulean hand axes, pigs, and all bigger size artifact. So this is first time we are having this much artifact from the desert. So interestingly, these artifacts are like earlier, whatever findings was there, they were very less in number. Always like a few artifacts just randomly scattered on the surface. Sometimes a few dozens of, but never it happen in the stratified context and in the large numbers. So this is first time it is recorded in large number as well as in stratified context. Here you can see. Okay, so during the practice, we realized that there are some limitation of these studies. Here you can see the actual stream, which is somewhere here, and you can see the actual stream is somewhere here, and the the digital elevation model is suggesting this as a stream. So this is one of the error. And same with the some other features. For example, road network are also showing as a drainage pattern, which is common because of its elevation to the surrounding areas. So, okay, coming to the discussion point, as we talk about how we find a site into the desert and what is the relevance of this site into the desert? How did people got there in that location? And was there a water source available to them? Was there any river or lake supported the life in the desert? Or there were different environmental situation? And if any drainage was there, whether it was linked to the northwest system or southeast system, these were the major aspect which we were targeting during our study. So, as a conclusion, I would say it took a long time to search for the site when we find site A, Nairan in the desert, and later on it was very convenient to locate another site based on the satellite image interpretation, drainage delineation, and also topo sheets and the Google Earth image and all, which help us a lot to finding the site B. So now our objective is to find more site associated with the landforms. For example, drainage basin may help us, drainage network may help us, paleo channel. These are the indicator where we can look for the sites. So right now our objective would be looking to the northwest side as well as southeast direction. Okay, so these are few references which I took map from this, and I would like to thank Dr. Parth, Chintan, and Dr. Crisp, and also Aerial Archaeology Research Group for this opportunity, and the chair and secretary of this group. And thank you, Arg, for offering me a bursary as well. Unfortunately, I could not join you in person. And thank you all for listening. And I would request, please email me if you have any question, and do provide me feedback and comment on my email ID. It's simple. It's just ravidevra@gmail.com. Thank you.